Here. I'm here today to start another reading vlog. I had off on Monday. Today is Monday, May 2nd. This is going to be a little bit of a wild week because I'm doing the Avengers reading challenge, which is like wrapping up Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and it's a little bit of a chaotic reading challenge. So because of that, I'm in the middle of a couple of different reads. One of the prompts, you have to be like a third of the way through 3 different books. Also, if you haven't watched my previous videos, I recently got new glasses. They are blue, but they look black on camera. So the book I'm in the middle of and like would love to read a little bit more of today, but I literally just finished Six of Crows, which was pretty ambitious. I am in the middle of With and Without You by Weberly and Sigmund Broca, and I'm about 200 pages into this book. So for my next challenge, for this reading challenge, I need to read another 100 pages, which is normally what I read in a day commuting back and forth to work. So I'm going to take this book with me, and I'm also going to bring the Field Guide to the Supernatural Universe by Allison Noel, because I am actually doing like a full middle grade reading challenge in May, and I just haven't started any of the books for that. So I am going to bring this with me to work tomorrow as well, but my primary book for tomorrow will be With and Without You. And for those that don't know, this follows a main character named Sienna and Patrick. You only get one point of view. You get Sienna's point of view. And she is going into her senior year, and she's sort of convinced that she is going to like break up with Patrick leading into her senior year. They've been together for 3 years. She thinks their relationship is sort of like run its course. She's not excited about it. She's just they've sort of reached a holding pattern. But Patrick sort of shocks her when says he's going to move pretty far away, and do you want to break up? And she says they're going to do long distance a chance, and then their relationship just starts changing. This book has a lot to focus on self-discovery, especially with Sienna, because she feels a little bit lost to me throughout this whole book. But as the book goes on, you sort of see her rekindling her relationship with Patrick. She has a very, very fun guy friend, and it's just a great read. I'm really enjoying it. It's also loosely inspired by their long-distance relationships because they are a married couple. Just looking on the back, I have read all of their books. My favorite was probably the 2 Shakespeare retellings that they did, and Time of Our Lives. I struggled a little bit with What's Not to Love, but I really did like this book as I was reading it. So this will be my book that I'm probably going to read tomorrow. And then if I have to do a bunch of stuff, I'm actually bringing my bullet journal to work tomorrow because I don't normally, but I have to keep myself on track. I'm also going to bring the Field Guide to the Supernatural Universe by Allison Noel. And this is a ghostly themed paranormal book. So it's for one of the prompts. So I'm really excited for these 2 books. That is my plan of attack. I will see you guys tomorrow when I come home from work. But I literally spent all day reading Six of Crows. So I need a little bit of a reading break, I think. But I'm really excited to tackle this book, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, friends. Here I'm back. It is actually Thursday. I didn't want to update in the last couple of days. It's been a weird week. There's been a lot of news coming out that have just made me very, very disheartened and disappointed. I've been watching the news, you know what I'm talking about. I don't really go into politics on my channel, but it is making me very, very angry and very, very upset. So I also went to go see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child last night. We had really, really good seats. We were like 7 rows from the front of the auditorium, so it was really, really good seating. That was actually really, really good. The last time I saw that show, it was 2 parts, and I was in like the nosebleeds, but very, very good. So I have off today because I didn't get home until like midnight last night, so today was my day off. So I also did finish With or Without You by Weberly and Sigmund Broca. I adored that book. Definitely going to be a 5-star read for me. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really unique, really different. And I also finished Sam for the Avengers reading challenge. And now I am reading the Field Guide to the Supernatural Universe by Allison Noel. I'm probably going to have to switch books at some point, but this is the book that I'm starting with. I'm really liking it though. Like, it's really, really fun. It's just like a fun read. And it basically follows this little boy named Max, and he can see ghosts. No one else can see ghosts, so he tends to get into a lot of trouble. And the last day of elementary school, he gets into really, really big trouble. And his mom has recently passed away. And his dad, as they're moving, so his dad sends him to go live with his grandpa in this small town. And I don't think it's as typical as he was expecting. But it's really, really cute. I've read other stuff by Allison Noel. I've read her young adult stuff, and I really enjoyed it. So I am going to go to yoga today. It will be relaxing. And I think I'm just going to try to read as much as I can of this. My iPod died yesterday, so I didn't get to listen to a lot yesterday just because I was trying to frantically finish this. But my plan for today is to go to yoga, go walk to town, read this on the way, come back, and I'll chat with you guys. I think I'm probably going to grab some lunch at some point today as well, because I didn't eat like the second half of the day because when we got out of the show, like everything was closed. But yeah, I have today off. I have tomorrow's Friday, which is like a really, really short work week. Also, the kids are in the middle of taking it, like prepping for a test, so less on me in the sense they just have to take the test. Hopefully they do well. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna go walk to town in a little bit, read a little bit more of this. I have to read up to page 134. I hope I could at least do that. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do today. So honestly, if it's a beautiful day, I might go for a bike ride. I might relax. We will see, but I will update you guys when I get home. Bye, friends. I'm back outside. I did wind up running some errands, and I was reading a lot, so I wound up getting up to page 108 in A Field Guide to the Supernatural Universe by Allison Noel. This book is very, very fun. It's been a bit since I read a middle grade story, and I'm in middle grade May for my challenge, so this is the first middle grade book I'm picking up this month, other than my audiobook, which I have been neglecting, but that's okay. I'm also in the middle of like the Avengers reading challenge. I'm not going to finish everything, which is upsetting, but it's just been a bit of a crazy week. And yeah. But I am liking this book. So I said in a previous clip, you've had this little boy. He had a really rough time. He's going to visit his dad, his grandpa, and he sort of gets sucked into the supernatural world. It's just very, very fun. Like, it's like it's just a fun, fast-paced story. He is a little bit hesitant. He reminds me of Casper Talk and the Everdark Wing that I read a couple of years ago. Like, he is very, very adamant that he not be in adventure, but he also sees ghosts. Him and his grandpa have never really met, so they have a bit of like a contentious relationship. But I'm really enjoying it. So once I get up to page 34, I will give you guys another update. I'm also watching How to Train Your Gavin, his cabin reading vlog, which is really, really nice ambiance. But it's such a pretty day. I'm planning on just sitting out here and relaxing. I had such a fun day yesterday, but late nights and teaching don't always work, so that's why I'm home today. But yeah, I'm going to read about 34 more pages. I'll give you guys an update, take a look at the challenges, see what I think I can realistically finish today. And we'll see if I'm going to stick with this read or move on to another one. So, talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. A quick update. I did wind up reading to page 136, technically, in A Field to the Supernatural Universe by Allison Noel. I'm really liking this book quite a bit. It's definitely more paranormal and ghosty. I would definitely recommend this around Halloween. Like, they have a male lead character. Again, I always say that because I don't read nearly enough middle grade that has a male leads. Again, I was part of the Percy Jackson generation and the HP generation, so those are stories I tend to gravitate towards. But it definitely reminds me a little bit of like reading like The Good Witch and having like a small town where magic is very, very prevalent. But I'm liking this. But my next prompt is to switch to a book where the characters face a common threat. So I'm going to pick up Sal and Cabby Fix the Universe because it's a Rick Riordan Present book, and I try to read a Rick Riordan Present book every single time I have a middle grade challenge because I love him. And I do want to wrap up this series, so I have to read 71 pages of this. We'll see how long that takes me right now. It's almost 1 o'clock, so I'm going to read this. I also have to do a bunch of other things for this prompt. I'm not going to finish all the challenges, unfortunately, but I do want to read this because I did like the first book when I read it quite a bit ago. I got that arc at like a convention so many years ago. So I'm going to start this, and when I finish reading 71 pages, I will give you guys an update. I'm not reading forward on the challenges, so I don't know what I have to do next, but I feel like I have to pick up a bunch of books today, bunch of middle grades, so it's probably going to be like a 5-book day, which is fine, but I want to at least finish something. So it's probably going to be this book I wind up finishing just because it's a little bit on the shorter side, but I'm going to go start this and update you guys when I can. Bye, friends. I'm back. I'm also pleased to report that we have our Percy Jackson trio for the new TV show. One of the young men that's going to be Grover is in Cheaper by the Dozen 2 that I just watched, which is adorable. And we also have our Hermione. Haven't seen anything she's in, but I did call it. I did think that they were going to cast people of color in those roles, and I am so excited. We have our trio. They're gonna start filming in June, which is super exciting. I'm excited. Rick Riordan's excited. We're all excited. Speaking of Rick Riordan and the person and his print, I did Ryan reading the first 71 pages in Sal and Gabby Fix the Universe by Carlos Hernandez. This is a sequel, so, and also Rick Riordan present book, but it does follow. It's like a direct sequel, so I feel like if you have not read book 1, you're going to be a bit confused. But book 1, the premise, if I remember correctly, Gabby has a brother that has like a deficiency, and like it was leading him to have a lot of health issues. So they broke the universe to help him connect to another Iggy in the other universe, and then their connection basically let both babies live or stay healthy. But now that their dad, Sal's dad, has fixed the universe, it might actually hurt Iggy. So I really, really love this book. It's very, very fun. I read 71 pages, so I have to read for an hour. It's right now 2:33, so I'm gonna put my charger, like my thing, on and read for an hour. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to read, but I'm gonna read for an hour, check back in with you, see what the next prompt is. I think it's switched to another book, but I don't know. But yeah, I am liking this. Getting into his writing style was a little bit challenging the first book that I read, so I anticipate it's going to take me a bit to get into it. But I'm going to read a little bit more, read 100 pages, or read as much as I can in an hour, and then I'll check back in with you guys. Right now, I'm on page 71, so we'll judge how long it takes me, but put on my timer, and then I'll check back in with you guys. Bye, friends. I'm back. I have been sitting outside, but my computer died, but I did wind up finishing my part of Sal and Gabby Fix the Universe. It's getting very interesting. There's a lot of elements to this story. It's very, very complicated. Like, there's a lot happening, a lot of like science fiction stuff, and then there's a lot of family stuff. It's also theater based, and if you know anything about me, I'm a theater teacher, so any books that have theater elements to it are really, really fun. I love that they go to like a charter school because it's just different. But yeah, I read about 128 pages in this. So the next thing I have to do is read a chapter in the Field Guides to the Supernatural Universe, and then read until we hit a fight scene, I think. I have to look it up, but I think it's until we hit a fight scene, which I think would just be like him coming across a creature battle, because that would sort of be a fight scene in this book, and I literally do not want to pick up another book. So I'm going to read this one until that point, and then I will see what the prompts say. I'm going to go for a walk because my computer's pretty much dead, and I would like it to charge. But I just wanted to say that I am really liking this one. This one's really enjoyable too. And I'm going to go for a walk and with my book, which I don't normally do, but that's okay. And I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye. So I did wind up going for a little bit of a walk, hoping I could get some prompts down. So in the last couple of minutes, I swapped to another book. So I swapped back to a field guide for Supernatural Universe. I read one more chapter, and then after I read the chapter, I had to read until we got into a fight sequence in this book. A lot of drama has heated up with Max and his grandfather, and there is a problem afoot. Something has gone missing, and to get his grandfather back safely, they have to rescue this thing. That's sort of what's happening in this book. That's all on the back summary, so I don't feel like I'm spoiling anything. But I did do that, and then the next prompt was to read until you were a third through 3 different books. I'm a third through this. I'm a third through my 2 nonfiction books, and I'm almost a third through my audiobook. So that is good. So right now, physically, I have read 128 pages in Sal and Gabby Fixes the Universe. I have read 212 pages in A Field Guide to the Supernatural. And I'm going to pick up a graphic novel because I do want to knock out a majority of his challenges today. And I still have to pick up a different book that has to have a boat in it. And it's not any of these books that I currently possess. So I'm going to make my way through this, make some headway. It's a book that I got at Comic-Con. And I've been trying to read my graphic novels because I have a lot of students that are looking for them. And I do need a graphic novel for the challenge. So I'm going to read this one, wrap it up, and then make this my graphic novel read because I need like a graphic novel for the challenge I'm doing. I was going to read another one, but this one's fine. And it's also shorter. So I'm going to read this. When I'm done with this, I will check in, and then we are going to go to another book. So much drama in this challenge. But yeah, all right, I'm going to go start this, read it, and I will give you guys an update probably when I'm done with it because I should be able to read it pretty quickly. Bye, friends. checking in. I decided to do a little bit of a check-in because I did wind up reading about the first 70 pages in the Weren's book, Be Wary of the Silent Woods. This was from, I think this was from Amulet or Quirk, I think. It was one of the publishers that were there. I think it was Ani Press, maybe? I can't remember. But it follows these two characters, and it takes place in like a supernatural school, and they're Warrens. And they go to a school in the evening. They live with their grandma because their parents are away. And then they realize that in the past their grandma's twin brother went missing in this school in the woods, and they're starting to get involved in that. I really do like the writing style. Like, the graphic style is very, very cool. There's also like a mysterious creature that keeps appearing. It's very, very interesting. It's like very reminiscent of the other book I'm reading, the Allison Noel book. It has like a similar premise. I'm really liking it though. My goal is to finish this, and I don't know what I want to read because I have to read a book with a boat. But I might just see if I could do like a challenge to like get rid of a challenge, because I don't want to really pick up a book with a boat right now. So we'll see. We'll see what I decide. But I'm going to go read a little bit more of this, and when I'm done with it, I'll give you guys another check-in. Bye, friends. Here, I'm back. I did want to finishing the Weren book, Be Wary of the Silent Woods by Sloveta Kamova. I like this book. I thought it was a fun read, very, very quick. Again, would be really ideal for Halloween because it does deal with a lot of creatures. Gave me probably like Mortal Instrument vibes with all the different types of characters that fill that world. There was also a past mystery that was sort of connected to her grandma that I really liked. I will say that there is a lot of characters in this short book, and sometimes I forgot who was who, just because there was a lot of names and a lot of characters. But other than that, it was fun. It was like a 3-star read. I'm happy that I picked it up. I really need to find a book that has a boat in it, and I don't want to read Crooked Kingdom because it's not middle grade, so I need to try to find a book that has a boat that is middle grade. And the only one I could think of is on my Kindle, but I'm still doing page numbers, and I can't really tell pages about that. So I'm going to try to find one that has a boat and see if anything like pops. So I'm going to go do that, try to find a middle grade that has a boat, and I will report back if I find one. Bye, friends. Or when I find one, because I will. I'll be in the middle of reading 3 books. I just can't. So I skipped one of the prompts, and I'm going to just keep reading Field Guide to the Supernatural Universe. I need to read 100 pages to be caught up, which is like, I will literally be almost done with this book. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm going to one of my live shows tonight on Peace Love Books channel. I'm a member of her channel, which I really, really do enjoy. It's quite a fun experience. I love all her side videos. I actually need to double check. I'm actually caught up on her videos. I should probably do that before, because I caught up on all my YouTube stuff. I also followed a bunch of new booktubers this month, like today and yesterday, just to sort of get some like different content. A lot of my older booktubers that I've been following, they're still making content, but they just make a little bit less, and my tastes have changed, so I've just got some new ones. And I just like listening to people talk about books, even if it's not books I necessarily read. All these people read so much romance, and I really don't read romance, but I feel like I will know about the world of romance if I ever want to dip my toe in. But I'm going to go back to reading this week, try to read at least 100 pages, but yeah, enjoying it. And this is going to be my second book technically for the middle grade reading challenge I'm doing, but hopefully I will finish it. If I don't finish it today, I will probably finish it tomorrow, so talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. Hello, here I'm back. I just want to do a quick update. It is the 6th. I wound up surviving the week. I also did wind up reading to page 300 in A Field's Guide to the Supernatural Universe by Allison Noel. I have about 50 pages left. I also am so heartbroken. Well, I'm not devastated, but I'm pretty much sure I'm not going to complete all of the challenges that I have left. I do have a couple of like boss battle things that I haven't used yet, so I'm going to kind of read as much as I can, stay up till midnight, and try to get as much reading done as I can. So I have about 50 pages left of this book, and I have to read in my favorite spot for an hour, which ironically is this spot right here. So I'm going to go put on a timer, read for an hour, how long it is. I will probably finish this, so I'll probably check in with you guys at that point. And then I have to find a book that I can read 200 pages of and snack while I'm reading. But I definitely do want to at least finish Bucky, because that was the whole plan. Like, I was going to finish those 2, but I just ran out of time. And honestly, this week, I wish we had longer time for this boss battle. So, but that's okay. So I'm going to go read for an hour in my favorite spot. I will check in with you guys when I'm done with this, which will probably come before the hour. And then we'll reassess sort of what I want to read. I know I want to read a middle grade book. I just don't know what it is. So we will get there. Bye, friends. I'm finishing A Field Guide to the Supernatural Universe by Allison Noel. This was a very, very fun read. I think the end was like a little bit rushed, but I found it to be very, very cute. I like that it had a male lead. I like that it was supernatural lead. This would be a really good book to read around Halloween. The town that it was set in reminded me a lot of Halloween Town, which I just thought was very, very cute, or The Good Witch, which my dad is obsessed with. So I would give this one like 3 stars for review. So I have to read for an additional, let's see, 48 minutes for Winnie Zing Unleashes a Legend by Kat Zhao. This is another super quick one, so I think I'm going to try to read as much as I can and see how far I can get. But this is the one that I'm going to pick up. And yeah, it's a mythology themed story, and I'm not in the mood to pick up my other ones, so I'm going to pick up something new. But this is the one that I'm going to start with, and when I'm done with my hour reading, I will definitely give you guys a solid update. But that's the plan, to start this, see how far I can get, and I will talk to you when I am done with my hour of reading. Bye, friends. I'm back. I did wind up reading about 50 pages, and I didn't wind up finishing reading in my favorite spot for an hour, which, as you can see, this is what it is. I think this book is very, very cute. This book is not even 300 pages, so it's going to be a very, very quick read. I might be able to finish it tonight. I'm going to lower my expectations and just try to finish Bucky tonight, and if I could finish Bucky, I'll be super happy. But this follows a girl named Winnie Zhang. It's written by Kat Zhao. She's Chinese American. She's starting middle school. As a middle school teacher myself, it's a complicated time. She's a little bit hesitant. She has an older sister. Her mom and her dad work a lot, and she's starting to realize that maybe being fully appreciative of Chinese American culture and her mother's cooking is getting her a bit of a bad reputation. She's sort of seen as being a little bit of like an outcast. Her former nemesis goes to her middle school now, and all of a sudden she is thrust into a fantastical mythology world connected to her pet bunny, and some spirits are coming a hunting, and it's just very, very cute. It's a very, very quick read. Again, if you like the Rick Riordan Presents series, if you like Last Fallen Star, I think that this would be a good addition for you. It is a very, very quick read, not even 300 pages, and this is for one of the TBR and Beyond prompts that I have to do. I'm also going to do reading sprints later with the people that are doing the Mafia romance. I don't really read Mafia, but I really do want to finish this book today, so I have to read 100 pages. I have to get up to page 148, which means I'm done with Bucky, basically, which is good. So I'm going to read about 50 pages. I'll give you guys a check-in, see where we're at, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. Here, I decided to do a quick check-in. It is May 7th. Tomorrow is going to be a crazy day because we're going to see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I'm super excited. I'm also trying to get Comic-Con tickets. I was able to finish half of my boss battle, so I'm going to use a couple of my rewards to get a couple of the other things, but I did wind up getting up to page 150 in Winnie Zing Unleashes a Legend by Katie Zhao. I have to do a little bit of an update and sort of update a few little things because I'm also doing like a reading challenge for something else, so I want to update that stuff. But this book is very, very fun. It's a very, very quick read. But you have this girl named Winnie, and as I said in a previous clip, she's like, in a middle school, a lot of drama. And her arch nemesis winds up coming to stay in her thing. And they both wind up realizing that they are both wrapped up in this mythological world. And they're both on a path to join this supernatural society, but they have to capture and release all these spirits, and they are wind up to team up together. It's a very, very short book, so I'm going to go do a couple of my little errandy stuff. I'm probably just going to read all day today because it's raining and it's pouring outside. And I really do want to get a head start on this reading challenge, so I also want to watch Moon Knight and Heartstopper. So yeah, that's sort of the plan. So I'm going to read a little bit more of this. I did reading sprints last night with the Mafia girls. They're not in the Mafia, but they were doing a reading thon. And I haven't read any Mafia books for a very, very long time. No adult romances, which is what they predominantly read. So I might be motivated to pick up The Heir at some point this month. We will see. But right now I'm going to go update my thing for the TBR and Beyond reading group, and I'll see you guys when I'm done. And when I'm done with this, I'm probably going to wrap up this reading vlog, which shouldn't take me that long. So, bye, friends. It's about 9:40. It is just a dreary day out, but I did end up rewatching one more episode of Moon Knight, which it's my goal to finish today, because I'm going to see Doctor Strange tomorrow. But, sorry for the yawn. But I did end up getting up to page 200 in Winnie Zhang Unleashes a Legend, and I'm really liking this book. It does have a very, very combative relationship between two characters. We have some animal companions. We have a larger issue. And it's just a fun read. Like, I'm really enjoying it. I have about 88 pages left. I could definitely finish this book today. So I'm going to go watch another episode of Moon Knight, and then I'll give you guys an update. But I really do like the focus on the culture, because I think it's just very, very interesting, and I really like how it's very much exploring that, and the dynamics between her and her enemy are very interesting. And I do like that they do have, like, guides throughout this whole story. Sometimes I read these books and I'm like, these characters are, like, so young and they don't have anyone guiding them. These characters do have people guiding them, so I do like that a little bit more. But it's great. I feel like most of my middle grade students would really, really like this book, because it really does talk about the complexities of high school and how unfair middle school is. And I teach middle school kids, and they always are telling me everything I'm hearing when he says. It's really, really awesome. I'm going to go read another 88 pages and watch another episode of Moon Knight, and then I'll give you guys another update. Bye, friends. I'm actually here to wrap up this reading vlog. So I did end up finishing Winnie Zhang Unleashes a Legend by Katie Zhao. I really enjoyed this book. I normally really like middle grade, and this is another mythology themed one, which definitely, if I had to choose, would probably say it's probably my favorite genre in middle grade, because I love learning more about different people's cultures and the myths that inspired it. Thought this one was really, really fun. 4 stars. I think it had a solid story. It was a very, very quick read, like just under 300 pages. I think it would be great for reluctant readers. Middle school is definitely a prominent topic in here, so I might wind up passing this along to my students before I leave for the summer. I literally do not know what happened to my other book, A Supernatural Guide. I really like that one. That was like a 3-star read as well. I thought it was very, very fun. A little bit rushed at some points, but very, very fun. Both of these books would make really good fall reads, because they both do take place in fall. I also read the Wayne book, Be Wary of the Silent Woods by Sloveta Clemova. I actually have to look this up, because I don't know where this author is from, but I have a couple of prompts in my book, and I do not know, like, where this author would fit with that. But I thought this was a very, very cute read, very, very solid drawing style, very, very unique. It sort of reminded me of the Mortal Instruments world, the way that the world was, like, put together. So this one was another, like, 3-star read for me. And then definitely my favorite read of this reading vlog was definitely With and Without You by Emily Weberly and Austin Sigmund Broca. This is their newest release. This is a long-distance YA contemporary romance. It takes place over the course of, like, a year, and you get Sienna's point of view. Sienna's boyfriend tells her she's moving. Before he said that, she had been planning to break up with him to be free for her senior year. Things don't exactly go according to plan. I love this book. Definitely is like my favorite book for them. I'm probably going to put this on my shelves as well. But very, very good. I'm going to go take a little bit of a reading break, because my boss battle is over, and do a little bit of crafting, because I haven't crafted in a very, very long time. We're getting a puppy at the end of the month, so I will have less time to craft. But for this reading vlog, in addition to reading 6 of Crows, I read 6 of Crows. I read like 5 books in a week, which is actually pretty good for me, especially because this week was a little bit wonky. But I'm going to go start my next reading vlog, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, friends.